Really pleased with the performance. Disappointed with the result in the end, if I'm being honest. I thought disappointed to go in 0-0 at half time, to be honest with you. I think we had some really good chances on a really, really tough pitch. And second half, we didn't quite hit the same levels coming out. I think the game sort of ebbed and flowed. And throughout the game, really, I didn't really feel Gouldy had anything to do of any note. And then unfortunately, right at the death, after a wonderful strike from Jack Percy, where I felt that was going to be enough to win the game. Unfortunately, a free kick that we gave away that I would describe as soft at best. And I had a feeling at that time that was going to probably lead to something a little bit dramatic at the end. And unfortunately, we found ourselves concede one in the 97th minute. So it was a real gut punch for us all. I think the players were rightfully devastated. But it just goes to prove to ourselves that when you're on top of games, it's really, really important that you kill teams off. And must give full credit to Aylesbury Vale for keeping on going. It's normally us that score late, and unfortunately it was done to us this time. And these things balance themselves out. I'd like to think over the course of a season. We got a point here against Flackwell pre-Christmas where we hadn't played well enough and didn't deserve a point. And I think on Saturday we definitely deserve more than just the one. So on to the next one now, in the case of making sure we fix that and put that right for Saturday. Yeah, a really good footballing lesson for ourselves. As I said, from my perspective, it's very easy to say when you've been knocked out of a competition. They probably over the course of the season, with the position that we find ourselves in, was good to come out of the competition. I thought Luton were great value for their win. When you look at the 5 or 6 pros they had in the group that were outstanding on the night, it just goes to show that the level of difference between ourselves and them. And full credit to our lads. First 55, 60 minutes, despite being 2-0 down, I felt structurally very, very good. We worked our nuts off to get behind the ball, which was great to see. In possession, probably should have done a little bit better at times on the transition. But credit to our lads, they never finished. They never quit or anything like that. They kept going right till the death on a real hard day after a heavy pitch on Saturday. And obviously being in the position, another one where we spent most of the time chasing after the ball. So really good, valuable lesson for us. Full credit to Luton. They were miles better, deserved it on the day. And as I said from day one when we came in here, if we get beat by a better side, hold your hands up and accept that. And that certainly was the case on Tuesday night. But we're certainly not downhearted about it. Disappointed with the manner of the goals that we conceded. I thought they were really, really poor goals from our perspective that we have to do a lot better. And a lot of those problems came for our own doing, which is something we'll address tonight ahead of what's going to be a real tough game on Saturday away at Crawley. So squad-wise, hopefully all things being equal, we'll be near to full strength on Saturday. Provided we don't have anyone else break down, we're hoping to be able to welcome a couple back that we protected on Tuesday night. I'm delighted to welcome Benji Crawley to the group tonight. We've managed to get the signing over the today, which is brilliant. He comes in from Enfield. He's amassed over 200 appearances at a higher level with Chesham United, Colney Heath and Ware. So he brings a really good pedigree. He's a player I worked with for 5 years. Excellent leadership skills, fantastic character like all of the lads that we have here. Will come in and add to the dressing room, add to what we already have. And sometimes, especially on Tuesday, without Jardel and Jammers in the group, one thing that I did notice was the group at times was a little bit quiet. And Benji will add that voice through the spine of the team. So really, really delighted to welcome him on board. Another one who's come for the right reasons. I thank Enfield really, from the football club's perspective, for getting that one over the hill and done today really well. So thank you to them and look forward to welcoming Benji to the group tonight. Another tough game. Every week I say the same thing, and they all are tough. Obviously Crawley find themselves in a position where they're fighting to stay up. But as I said, they're a side that have been free-flowing in terms of scoring loads of goals. So we're aware of the threats they pose. Ourselves, as I keep going back to it, even though we find ourselves with a breathing space and a gap from the bottom, it wasn't so long ago we were down there, and we know and understand that you have to keep your levels high every single week because the league is relentless. A few good results, you can find yourself in the top half of the table. A few bad ones, you can find yourself involved in a dogfight down the bottom. And we're certainly keen on Saturday to make sure that we get back to our best performances in what will be a game where we've got to make sure, as I said, we get the fundamentals and the basics right. What we have to do is eliminate the mistakes that we showed on Tuesday, which is against a really good opposition like Luton. They'll punish you. They've got goal scorers and good quality at the front end of the pitch at Crawley that, again, we can't afford to take lightly. So, real tough game. We're expecting a real battle. They've got to get those bits right. But ultimately, another game we're looking forward to. Another game on the road and on a 3G surface. So at least we know the pitches will be consistent. And looking forward to getting back to league action and hopefully extend our unbeaten run to 9.